back up, everybody. Everyone to back up. Back up, please, back up. Let's back up. You need arrested. Back up. Back up! Move back! Move back! Move back! You won't be arrested. Move back! Move back! Keep moving back, please.
In what can only be described as one of the most explosive twists in Aston Villa's modern history, Club President of Football Operations Ramon Rodriguez Verdejo, Monchi, has been arrested less than 24 hours after walking away from the Midlands club. The arrest has left the football world stunned and sent social media into meltdown, with fans scrambling to understand what could have led to such a dramatic turn of events. Monchi, 57, was widely credited with spearheading Villa's football revolution since his arrival in June 2023. His reunion with Unai Emery was meant to be the catalyst for sustained success, and at first, it was. Villa finished fourth in his first full season, earning a historic return to the Champions League, and then followed up with a sixth-place finish and a Champions League quarter-final run last season. For a club that had spent years fighting to re-establish itself among the elite, Monchi was seen as a genius appointment and one of the key figures behind Villa's resurgence. But things began to unravel quickly. This summer's transfer window was seen by many as underwhelming, with only Van Gisand and Marco Bizet joining permanently. Harvey Elliott and Jadon Sancho came in on deadline day loans, while Victor Lindelof was signed on a free. Supporters expected more ambition, more firepower, particularly with Champions League revenue in the bank, but Villa's business fell flat. Now, with Emery's side winless in 5 games and sitting dangerously close to the bottom of the table, the mood has turned toxic. And just when it seemed the crisis was confined to results on the pitch, Monchi shocked the footballing world by resigning and flying back to Spain. The real bombshell, however, came this morning. Reports emerged that Monchi had been arrested in Spain. As of now, no official reason has been given for his arrest, but that hasn't stopped the rumor mill from going into overdrive. Some speculate it could be linked to financial dealings during his time at Sevilla, others whisper about potential disputes during transfer negotiations this summer, though nothing has been confirmed. Aston Villa co-owner Wes Edens has now spoken publicly for the first time since the news broke, and his comments have only fueled more discussion. The news of Monchi's arrest has come as a complete shock to everyone at Aston Villa. While we are cooperating with any necessary authorities, we must stress that his personal matters are separate from the club. We thank him for his contribution over the last 2 years and remain focused on stabilizing the team after a difficult start to the season. Eden's statement was carefully measured, but the mere acknowledgement that Villa are cooperating with authorities has sent fans into a frenzy. Is there more to the story? Is there a connection between his sudden departure, the underwhelming transfer window, and this arrest? Villa Park insiders suggest that Monchi had been under mounting pressure behind the scenes, with Emery reportedly frustrated at the lack of squad reinforcements. Tensions between the two Spaniards had reportedly grown over the summer, with Emery allegedly pushing for more signings in key positions while Monchi urged financial caution. Some pundits now argue that Monchi's exit may have been less about results and more about avoiding a deeper internal conflict that could derail the season. Supporters have taken to X, formerly Twitter, in droves, with one fan writing, "Villa is turning into a Netflix drama. First the poor start, now Monchi gets arrested. What is going on at this club?" Others are already speculating about replacements, with names like Paul Mitchell and Lee Congerton being thrown into the mix as potential successors. The January transfer window could be pivotal for Villa, especially if Emery is to avoid being dragged into a relegation battle. But the shadow of Monchi's arrest looms large. The fact that no details have been released about the charges or the investigation is creating an information vacuum that tabloids and fan channels are eagerly filling. Theories range from alleged financial irregularities to possible disputes with former clubs or agents, but until Spanish authorities make an official statement, it is all speculation. For Emery, the timing could not be worse. His side are desperate for a win to lift the mood, and the last thing he needed was this off-field circus. The Spaniard has been loyal to Monchi since the days together at Sevilla, but now he must steer his players through an unprecedented storm without the man who built the squad around him. As things stand, Aston Villa are fighting battles on two fronts, one on the pitch to get their season back on track, and one off it to contain the fallout from Monchi's sudden fall from grace. Wes Edens and co-owner Nassif Sawiris are under pressure to act decisively, restore order, and keep Villa's ambitions intact. One thing is for certain, this story is far from over. With Monchi now in custody, the world waits to find out the truth about why one of football's most respected sporting directors went from boardroom success to police arrest in the space of 24 hours. Whatever the reason, this is a saga that could define Aston Villa's season, and possibly its future. Stay up to date with the latest news, headlines, and highlights about Aston Villa. Subscribe to our channel for exclusive content, and don't forget to like and share with fellow villains. Join our community today and get the most out of your Aston Villa experience. Hit the notification bell to stay notified about new content.